Right.
They have been doing it for a while, but they're really built on older technology.
Okay.
It's not their focus area anymore.
Okay. So who does that? Who does what you do in, say, I don't know, Australia or the US or Europe? Is there a company that I could compare it to in a sense?
Yeah. So the most notable player in the US would be Plaid or Plaid, Plaid.
Yeah.
In Europe, that will be Tink, Tink, or TrueLayer.
Right.
And the previous chief operating officer of TrueLayer sits on our advisory board.
Oh, okay.
An investor also.
Nice. You invited him in, right?
Yeah. It's a her.
It's a lady. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So it sounds as if you are, if you're doing 90% in Indonesia only, you're leapt ahead of, if you've only been around for like 2 years or 18 months or whatever, you've kind of leapt ahead pretty quickly,
Yes. We've invested a lot in building out the infrastructure. And yeah, it's really a matter of focus. So we've not done that much PR marketing, focus a lot on building out the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Poured in the money to that side.
Okay, as I told you before in Bahasa, I lived in Indonesia for 4 years, about 10 years ago. And this is a sort of a odd question, but you'll understand what I mean. 10 years ago in Indonesia, there wasn't really broadband. It was just rubbish, frankly. And I would almost daily have arguments with what was the name of the company? I can't remember. Anyway.
Telkomsel?
No, not Telkomsel. No, James Riardi's company. What was it?
Okay.
I can't remember. I'm getting too old. My memory's going. Anyway, how do you deal? And I'm sure look, I've been to Indonesia a number of times since, and the infrastructure's better. But how do you deal with the antiquated infrastructure of Indonesia, or is that not an issue anymore?
So that has changed a lot. All
Right.
the major cloud infrastructure providers, these are the server providers, have set up shop in Indonesia. I'm not sure if Amazon AWS is there or not, but Google Cloud, Alibaba, they are there already.
Okay.
So these are modern.
So that's all totally changed.
Infrastructure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's totally changed.
So you don't have issues. Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
My team still has issue with the broadband from time to time.
Yeah.
We cannot have our conference calls, but in terms of core infrastructure for the service,
it's okay. Okay. All right. So where next? Singapore, Malaysia. Where next?
So Philippines is likely next for us. It's a very exciting market, both from the demand side of things, regulators, banks, etc. for this open finance space we are in. Lots of fintech startups coming up, so a lot of demand. Regulators and banks are also very open finance and banking friendly.
Because one of the as I'm talking to you, I'm reading this article that was in Extra TechCrunch, and you were talking about financial inclusion and stuff like that. So just talk me a little bit about your ideas there.
Yeah, so how we see it is we like to see ourselves as building more inclusive infrastructure that enables either traditional financial institutions or new age fintech companies to not only serve that bank population, but serve more people as well. So how we do that firstly with the current products is for bank guys, it's easy to get loans. You have your credit scores, you have your bank statements, you bring it anywhere, you can get a loan easily. But
meaning if you're already in the system.
Yeah, if you're already in the system.
Yeah.
So only 25% of adults across Southeast Asia is in the system.
Yeah, sure.
75% of them, they might have a bank account, but they don't regularly use it. So there's no data on them, they're not in the system. How we are improving this distribution of financial services and leading to financial inclusion, so to speak, is tapping on all these valuable other pools of data, which we call alternative financial data.
Like what?
It might be e-wallet data, e-wallet transactions, identity stored in the e-wallet, telco data.
Because these people will have a telephone, they'll have a smartphone, won't they? Yeah.
Yes. So their bill payment history, all that is valuable evidence of their
creditworthiness,
financial ability, creditworthiness. Stuff like geolocation from these different data points. And not just these data points alone, layering all these different data sets also gives you a very complete picture. Sometimes even more complete than what traditional credit bureaus do.
And at the end of that, you end up with more people in the financial system.
Yeah.
Which means more loans, more deposits, more economic activity, I suppose, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I think the example that many people use is always access to credit, loans first, which allow people to get the useful services they need to upgrade their lives, upskill themselves. And just having more data which you can judge a person's creditworthiness on can expand the pool of customers you serve by multifolds.
Which is really an idea that is more appropriate for developing countries like Indonesia, like Bangladesh, like wherever, like it's not really a thing in, say, Australia, where I come from, or US. It's much more of an Indonesian kind of idea, isn't it?
I think there is a role to play in developed markets as well. Definitely this financial inclusion story is a lot more suited for countries, developing countries like Philippines, Indonesia. For more developed markets, we'll be talking about finance, maybe that's the way to put it.
Sorry, say that again. We dropped out there. Sorry, Gavin, just repeat what you said. We just dropped out there. More appropriate for what? In developed markets? No. Bit of an unstable connection.
Developed. Oh, yeah. Wait, give me one. Let me switch the connections around. Maybe.
Yeah, it might be me too, yeah,
Hey, Eric.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was saying for developed markets, the better term maybe is financial freedom or mobility. So now if you think about it, when you bank with one bank, all your data resides with that bank. And it's super easy to apply for another financial product, whether it's a credit card or mortgage with that bank. If you want to move to another bank and get maybe financial advice or get a mortgage from them, it's super hard for you to do so.
Yeah, because you don't have a history. You don't have a history there.
You don't have a history there. You need to get all your documents in order. It takes a day.
Right.
Maybe you have to go to the bank, dig out all those documents, cut it over to the second.
It's a drag. It's a drag, yeah.
Yeah, so we help with that.
Okay. Oh, that's
we help you port your data safely and securely to new banks or new fintech services, which might be able to provide services to you cheaper, better, faster.
Cool. I'm trying to buy a house at the moment. I need 300,000 euros to do so. Can you help me, mate, please, if you don't mind?
I can't help with the 300,000 euros, but I can help with sending your data to the right banks who will give you a lower interest rate.
I'll keep that in mind. Okay, what else? Tell me what else. I mean, I think I've got the broad general idea, and I'm not writing, as I said, I'm not writing an essay here. It's a focused story into an international audience, so I can't get too technical. I'm more introducing you in a way. So, is there anything else that's funky that you want to talk about?
I guess this open finance, open banking space, really exciting time for Southeast Asia, which is a bit of a laggard compared to other jurisdictions. US, Europe is super developed. Australia has the CDR regulations that's pushing this along. And the other emerging markets are also slightly ahead. Latin America, Mexico, we've got lots of activity there already. So, but something interesting is happening across Southeast Asia now. Not just on the fintech side of things, these demand guys, new age guys that are pushing stuff, but regulators are also waking up.
Right.
We've got draft regulations in Philippines out already for open banking. Lots of standards out by regulators in different countries, Singapore, Indonesia, etc. And banks are also waking up. So they're increasingly putting increasingly forming departments, API-focused departments to